The worst thing you can tell someone when you're giving them instructions is specifically to not do one particular thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Why?
whatever you do, do not push the big red button.
Oh, yeah, it's so tempting.
Because obviously, the second you leave, that button's getting pushed. Wait.
What's that?
Oops.
Oh.
You push the button, Jeff.
Oh, there goes Florida.
Oh, well, it may not be an awful
Actually, it worked out.
He was leaving anyway.
Today,
to their own country.
we have a woman on the phone who was given strict instructions at her workplace that no matter what, never, ever touch the mysterious landline telephone in their office space.
What?
And what happened next is something that may be a little bit predictable, but it ended up changing her life forever.
Whoa.
No way.
You're going to hear exactly what happened in a brand new mass speaker coming up at 7:10.
You don't know me.
Confession I can't take back.
I am
The Masked Speaker.
Got a text to 78592 that says, sometimes I only shave one leg, so it feels like I'm sleeping next to a guy.
Never thought of that.
Interesting strategy to combat your loneliness. Alexis, you want to try it? Report back?
No.
I should do the same.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But just feel like I'm sleeping next to a hairy girl.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, different things work for different people. Like, for example, some people like to hold on to their secrets till they're on their deathbed and whisper it into a relative's ear. Others prefer to unload their confessions on a nationally syndicated radio program.
I'm going to go with much healthier.
Yeah. One of our
earlier.
listeners wants to do it the public way, and she's chosen Pam as her fake identity. So, Pam, welcome to your radio deathbed.
Hi, guys. How's it going? How are you?
More comfortable than you thought it would be, isn't
Yeah.
You sound great for someone on your deathbed.
Voice changer is on, Pam. You are the mass speaker. Whenever you're ready, unburden yourself and be absolved. Let's hear your confession.
All right. It's going to feel really good to get this load off.
Okay.
So
Good.
I've been working at my job for, give or take 7 years now. And
Okay.
Nice.
in our office, we have this really strange old telephone that's plugged into the wall. It looks like one of those office phones that you'd seen from 20 years ago. You know, it still has the cord on it, hooked up to the wall.
I actually have one. Well, we have one in here, but I also have one at my desk, but it's not hooked up to anything.
Oh.
Like, they just put a phone on my desk. The engineer walked around and then never plugged it in.
We're like, this will make her feel more at home.
I guess.
That makes me feel a little bit better that you guys also have a phone too.
Yeah.
But I had a really weird experience with this one. I mean, this phone just sits on a table by the window.
Okay.
Okay.
Nobody in the office even knows what it does. No one's ever used it.
Is this your confession? You don't know what to do with a phone?
I wish, but
Right.
everybody in my office, we asked the boss about the phone, and the boss, he was just like, oh, I don't know. It's just been there ever since the office is open, blah, blah. But he told us, he was like, but we're not supposed to touch it.
What? Why?
That's sketchy.
And I'm like, what's the point of having a phone plugged into the wall if it's not going to be used?
Right.
Yeah. Why pay that bill even if you're not
Yeah.
going to use it?
So did you ask why you're not allowed to use it?
Well, I did, and he was like, just go. And was like, I got to go to a meeting. Just always shrugs it off.
You must be so curious about what it does or if it does anything.
Of
I mean,
course.
I would immediately get on it and call someone.
Yeah.
From that.
Especially
right?
if they told Brooke not to touch it. She'd
Yeah.
be like, oh, I'm touching it.
That's a little reckless, though.
Exactly. And so one day I was taking a whole box of papers into the next office, and I accidentally knocked it over,
Oh.
and it started sounding this alarm kind of noise.
Oh.
From
Are
the
you-
phone?
Are you talking about in the receiver, you put it up and it goes, "Beep, beep, beep."
No, not that kind of alarm. And it wasn't coming from the phone. It was going off in our entire office.
Oh.
Shoot.
This one was very, very high pitched, and it was just beep, beep, beep. It would beep 3 times and then pause and then super, super high pitched. So everybody's looking around and obviously looking at me because they knew that I was the one that accidentally knocked it over. And everybody was like, what is that sound? Are we supposed to evacuate?
I imagine a big countdown announcer in the background, 30, 29.
This building will implode.
Right. I was like, do we stop, drop, and roll? Are we supposed to take cover?
Yeah.
So what did you do?
I hung up the phone immediately. And then as soon as I did that, the alarm just stopped.
Oh.
No one knew what to say. It was just so bizarre.
Yeah.
So the second you knock it off of the receiver, the alarm in the building goes off. The second you hang the phone back up, the alarm stops.
Yeah.
So it's an alarm phone.
Yeah.
Did you get in trouble? What happened next?
5 minutes later, a guy that none of us have ever seen before comes into the office. And he's dressed from head to toe in all black. He's in this like super pristine suit.
Oh, a classy man comes into the
Wow.
office.
Is it a boyfriend alarm?
Yeah,
Do you
I'm
need
like,
one
wait,
of
is that
those,
what your
Alexis?
phone does for
What does he do?
It's a side piece alarm.
He walked straight up to me. He knew I was the one that dropped the phone. And he says, "Do we have a problem?"
What?
Whoa.
You're like,
Wait.
yeah, because I don't know what the hell's going on.
These phone companies are really intimidating nowadays.
It's actually the Verizon guy.
Can you hear me now? I mean, that's kind of freaky, though.
Yeah. He just looks at me, completely blank stares, and says, "Don't ever do that again. You've been warned."
What?
Whoa.
Do you work for a drug runner or something?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, what company is this?
I mean, I thought it was an honest company, but clearly they're hiding something.
Whoa.
Wait, did you ever get to the bottom of the mystery, or are you going to leave us hanging?
I would leave it alone, Brooke. I think your company's funded by the mob, and
Do you think it's some sort of tax front to clean
like,
money?
There's something illegal happening.
I don't know what it is, but it was just so awkward after that moment. And we just all went back to work, literally didn't say anything about it. And then that happened maybe like a year and a half ago now. And I still work for the company, but after that, I was transferred to a different department.
Where you don't clean the cash, right? Where you don't launder the money.
Right, like with no warning, they were just like, "Hey, Pam, we gotta move you." And
You know too much. You need to
I think
quit
everyone
this
does.
job.
An alarm went off when you touch it.
What do you think it's for?
I don't know. I mean, is this company a secret front for like some sort of illegal operation?
Yeah.
Go with yes.
Maybe that's like an emergency phone to let them know if the feds are here or something.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, I'm so glad that you guys are changing my voice, because what if that guy in the suit hears this? Like,
Well, even with your voice change, he may remember the incident.
Yeah.
Let's push the phone on Brooke's desk off and see if anything crazy happens. If somebody
Yeah.
weird
Oh,
shows
maybe a
up.
politician will show up.
That guy in a black suit.
Yeah, there you
I'll
go.
do that for you, Alexis.
Thank you.
Man, that is freaky, Pam. Text in to 78592 if you have a confession you've been holding on to. We can mask your voice, hide your identity, and make you the next mass speaker. Phone taps coming up right after this.